Get ready for Netflix's gripping new medical drama, Pulse. Set in a cutting-edge Miami trauma center, third-year resident Dr. Danny Sims is unexpectedly thrust into a promotion when beloved chief resident Dr. Xander Phillips gets suspended. Then, with the emotional and physical stakes at their highest, a storm will push the hospital and its residents to their limits. Witness how life can change in a heartbeat when you're operating under pressure. Watch Pulse April 3rd, only on Netflix.
Uh-oh, the last cookie.
You can get a new box of cookies in as fast as an hour with Walmart Express Delivery.
Are you my guilty self-conscience?
No, I'm the voice offering you promo code EXPRESS for free delivery on your first order.
Hey, who ate my cookies?
You mean, these cookies?
Order now. Welcome to your Walmart. Promotion valid for first express delivery order. $50 minimum subject to availability. Restrictions apply.
It's time for the show that brings the magic right to your speakers. Ears Up!
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Ears Up podcast back on the podcast airwaves. And we have a show for you today. It is another weird show, and I love that about us. We're stretching out a little bit, and we're talking about other theme parks. We're seeing other theme parks, guys. And by we, I mean Eric, because, we just now, came running back to Disney.
You went to the regular one.
Yes. Right. Yes. I didn't go to the Temu version of, I don't know, I'm just kidding.
Temu?
I don't know, man. What are we going to do? What are you going to say? But yeah, in our effort to kind of, broaden horizons a little bit, because we understand that the Disney parks are not the only parks in the universe.
Yeah.
The universe. It's almost like a universal problem. Yeah, I mean the other theme park competition is Universal, and so that's just a kind of a standard thing. So every once in a while we like to cover what's going on over on Universal's sort of area of theme parkdom. And our resident theme park expert Erik is joining us today, as he does every show, to tell us a little bit about what's happening at Universal. And you recently were there, right? And you
Yes.
did some things, right?
Yeah, I went there. I did the things.
Okay. I love that for us.
I ate at the place, and then I ate at a different place, and then I went on the ride, and then I went on a different ride.
Man, that would be so cool to have like a ride themed around one of the restaurants at that Universal. It seems like in my mind, and I know this isn't reality, but in my mind, it's almost where Universal is. Where it's like you think of it just like a theme park based around fast food. I don't know, the counter service restaurants. Like, man, I ate at the roll on up place where they just serve burritos, and then I went on the ride of the roll on up burrito ride afterwards, where you're a bean trying to get out of the burrito. It was amazing.
So what's weird is there's a. So are you aware of like the Minions universe?
Yeah, I mean, I'm aware of the Minions as much as I know it's a meme for boomers.
Oh yes, boomers love the Minions.
Boomers love a Minion meme, dude. Can you every time you walk past someone and fart, yell, "I'm jet powered."
Banana.
Okay.
I mean, there's like a shooter ride, like in the same vein as like Midway Mania, except you're standing and you're holding a weird laser rifle. It's okay. So they have that, and you can actually shoot at stuff at Universal.
Wow.
Like you can blow up the Universal globe.
Oh, they have their own IP, like the park within the ride.
Yeah. It's
That's
awesome,
dude.
It was super fun.
Universal does seem like a company that doesn't take itself super seriously.
Yeah, Disney would never allow this ride to exist.
Absolutely not. No, it's like it's almost like Apple TV not allowing the bad guys in their movie. Well, even just movies in general. Apple doesn't let villains use Apple products in any movie, just across like production for years and years and years.
You've got to have an old Nokia flip phone.
You can't have an iPhone, man, because they don't want their brand associated with sarin gas at a hockey match or something. I don't know. Something like super valid and reasonable, not like hacking my Bitcoin wallet, some terrorism thing. But anyway, well, that's cool,
Take
man. I'm
that,
looking forward
Hallmark
to hearing
channel.
about. Yeah, get out of town, Tubi. I don't know. But before we get into that, I do want to give a quick shout out and a thank you to our official travel partner, Concierge. You can go to concierge.com and figure out the best way to get you and your families to the parks, to specifically the Disney parks. They can book other vacations, but they are Disney experts. They have a whole team of Disney experts on hand right now waiting for you. What I imagine is one of those like PBS call-a-thons where the host walks over to the phone bank and there's like 3 tiered rows of people just with phones ringing.
There are literally 25 people sitting there right now.
Yeah, that's what they're waiting. They're waiting for you guys to call on the internet. So go to concierge.com and check them out. They, we talk about it all the time because they're great. And what they do is they help you. They deliver that extra level of service that you don't get from the Disney parks. And it's not a knock on the Disney parks. They just don't offer these things. But Concierge is there to fill the void. So if you need help navigating the parks, making reservations, making hotel reservations, checking to see if there's cheaper, hotel reservations, figuring out how to get resis to eat, figuring out where to go and how to even plan your trip. Let's say you don't really understand how anything works at Disneyland because of the reservations or whatever. Concierge are there to help. So check them out, concierge.com. So I've always been a big proponent of getting animals in pairs. They call me Noah's Ark at the pound. No, because you got to have something of your similar species to play with. That's my thought.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't have one thing
sure.
of it, one animal, right? But when all my other cats died and we got, there she goes, and we got Dottie, we only got one of Dottie. I'm like, okay, that's fine because the other cats there were like bonded pairs, so you had to adopt all the other. I'm like, I don't want to go back to 3 cats. I didn't even want one. Pickle, come here, Pickles.
Oh,
I've
been there with that.
Yeah, and
idea.
It doesn't feel good, and especially coming back from this last trip to Disneyland, I just felt really bad for Dottie. I tend to like project onto animals, and be like, oh, they're probably wondering who we are or whatever. I don't know. But we came back and I'm like, man, Dottie was probably really bored, man. We got to get her a friend. We've been saying that forever. So we went and adopted another cat who kind of ironically looks a lot like Dottie, same color configuration, but short hair instead of long hair. And she's about a year younger or whatever. And these 2 cats did not get along. It took about 4 or 5 days. And now they're friends and they still they chase each other around, but they're playing more often than not. And it's just really, it's really strange acclimating another cat in because again, I project and I think I can read Dottie's mind when she looks at me like, why did you bring this thing into here?
Oh,
I'm not good enough for you. What's wrong with me? Are you rejecting me? I'm not cool. Am I going somewhere? Should I pack my bags?
Well, we're adopting a puppy tomorrow.
Oh my God. Didn't a puppy break your leg or something? Your back? Didn't he break your tailbone?
No. That just happened naturally.
No. All right. A puppy. Dang, dude.
Yeah.
What kind of puppy?
So we're going out because we had to put
French bulldog?
What's that?
French bulldog?
No.
Oh man.
No, this is a pit bull Saint Bernard mix, which is the weirdest mix I've ever heard of.
You want to be eaten by your animal. I think
we've had a
you're
mastiff
saying.
Before. He passed away from cancer, and that was years and years ago. But okay, let's go do it. Because my wife, she gets the bug, and she's like, I wanna get a new dog. And I usually put up a lot of resistance, and this time, no. To your point, like it's nice to have 2 because they play.
Yeah.
And
yes.
our dog, even she's fun. She runs around the backyard and she's getting to know like the neighborhood and everything. But I think she misses having a dog in the same house because she's just every once in a while she'll lose her mind. And she'll just run around the living room and she'll pick up random toys or random bully sticks and she'll just throw stuff at us.
Hell
like,
yeah. Like, hey, get off your ass and play with me.
Right. Flip her face and throw stuff at us. I'm like, how many toys do you need? But yeah, she is, I think, bored of not having another dog.
Yeah. And you can feel that. You can sense that. So yeah, we got a cat. Its adopted name was Peaches, but I'm not doing that.
Oh.
So Alice picked Pickles.
Pickles is great.
And it stuck. Yeah.
Ours
there you go.
Was named River Song, which is the name of our favorite
Doctor Who
character on
reference?
Doctor Who. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And we're like, that's a man. That's a man dog. Why did you name him River Song? So we haven't settled on a name yet. We name all of our dogs after Norse gods.
Okay.
So we think it's going to be Tyr. TYR.
Like tier 1, tier 2.
No.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, that's good. It's exciting.
Yeah. So we're going to go do that tomorrow. It'll be great,
man. Yeah. Sounds good. Well, in the meantime, Eric, why don't you regale us? Tell us, teach us about your recent trip to Universal. This is Universal Orlando.
Now,
all right, what's going on in Orlando these days? We got Florida Boy in the chat so he's gonna be my barometer. He loves a Universal park, so he's gonna let me know if you're lying or not.
Oh well, then I should probably not lie so much.
Yeah,
I
got you now.
I mostly just make up what I talk about. Like, well, when I last went to Carthay, I had 7 hot dogs.
Yeah, and I was on the ceiling. They have this harness that you can sit.
Yeah, there's this
only
new
if you're a
thing.
DVC member. Yeah.
If you're a DVC member and you buy 3 Manhattans, they will strap you to the ceiling and feed you hot dogs.
And by 3 Manhattans, I mean a triple.
Right. So I'm eating again. It's me, Erik. Erik
you
is
want your
eating
theme
again.
music? I didn't even know it was an eating again thing.
Well,
See,
I mean, I am talking about a restaurant, even though it's not at a Disney park.
I don't know.
Dude.
I don't know what Toothsome is. I have no idea.
I don't care.
But you got to tell me.
You don't have to play the thing.
Erik, yeah, you just went like, well, Eric's eating again, so now I have to play it. Here we go. We're playing it, Erik. Hey, Erik, are you eating again? There's a word on the street is that you're eating again.
I have eaten.
Okay, good, man. What are you eating? Where are you eating at?
I am eating at Toothsome Chocolate Emporium. You heard about I texted you about it yesterday.
I don't know, man. It's a dentist office to me.
Yes. Toothsome Chocolate Emporium and Savory Feast Kitchen at Universal Studios Orlando. They have one at the West Coast one.
Okay, interesting.
I hear there's a Universal Studios on the West Coast as well.
Well, we haven't discovered. We sent out a scouting party once, never came back. So,
oh man,
we'll never know.
This is a weird and somewhat, I guess, famous place. It's so Toothsome Chocolate Emporium opened up in 2016. This is a location that looks like a factory.
Okay.
So it essentially, this place was originally kind of a ripoff of Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
That's by the name. That's kind of what I imagine.
Yeah. It's a steampunk restaurant.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the header now of like the Universal website.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. It's sort of the text is sort of Willy Wonka reminiscent.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's absolutely going for that aesthetic, but
oh my goodness.
Yeah,
go ahead. Sorry, I'm looking at pictures and I can't believe this place exists.
So if you've ever been to Universal Orlando, if you're walking in from the parking garage, you're walking into the main area of City Walk. It's right across the bay. There's this.
I don't know how we missed it.
Really?
How long has it been open?
2016. So
we just missed it.
Yeah, I
then.
think it was probably still under construction the last time you were there. But yeah, it's this big factory looking place, and it's directly across this water that you see when you walk into City Walk. So imagine if you've been to City Walk and you see like the main Universal globe.
Yeah.
Look to the left a little bit. And there's this giant factory. It's right next to the biggest Hard Rock cafe in the country, which looks like the Roman Colosseum, which is another amazing place that maybe I'll talk about someday. But yeah, it's right next door, and it's this big place that looks like a factory. And that's a restaurant. It's a big old steampunk restaurant with a bunch of gears outside, bunch of smokestacks. It's amazing. When you go inside, they continue that theme. So when you go inside, there is a big gift shop that sells. You can just go inside and buy chocolates. So Chocolate Emporium means you can go inside and there's like a little chocolate counter where you can get snacks. They have prepackaged snacks. You can just go to the counter and like get fresh chocolates. They also sell weird stuff like steampunk goggles and hats. And
I love a steampunk goggle.
Oh yeah.
I got some pictures pulled up here.
Okay, good.
This is crazy.
Yeah, the goggles are my favorite. I'm like, oh, they're really going for it.
Yeah, they're leaning into it, but I know like steampunk is sort of, it's had its, ups and downs as far as popularity goes.
Yeah.
I would never have imagined that someone would be like, you know what we need to do is theme an entire restaurant around it and have it be chocolate.
Right.
Also.
Yeah. It's a full restaurant, and it's not that chocolate themed once you get into it. But let's start out with the weird backstory of the restaurant.
Yeah, I love a backstory. See, I usually kind of poo-poo the idea of things having backstories, but restaurants that have them, I think that's fun.
It's so amazing. So
I think that's awesome. Let's go.
My favorite moment was going to the restaurant with some friends of mine back in October, and I started telling them the backstory of the restaurant, and our server came by and she's like, "Oh, I was supposed to tell you the backstory, but you already did it. Good job."
My God, that's like a dive bar vibe.
Yeah.
I should have done that, but you did it. You're good.
Yeah,
and,
it's fine.
Smelling of menthols that she just popped in the parking lot 5 minutes ago.
Well, so the narrative of this restaurant centers on Professor Dr. Penelope Thibault Tinker Toothsome.
No,
she's a world traveler.
No, dude.
Dude, it gets more.
It can't be. Okay, go ahead. Let's go.
She's a world traveler and an inventor with a passion for chocolate. She created a robot named Jacques, and they have traveled the world looking for the best chocolate around. When they came back to London, Penelope discovered that her parents missed her. And they embarked on a separate journey to join her on her adventures. They left a note stating that they will search for her wherever chocolate can be found. So they were determined to share.
No. So you mean to tell me she discovered that her parents loved her? Okay. My parents.
She came back to her home and they were gone trying to find her. She has not seen her parents in many years.
Oh God.
It's the saddest, weirdest story.
And they're going to look wherever chocolate is found. So like at the 7-Eleven, they're going to look at the airport. Chocolate is pretty widespread, man.
Presumably, yes, they're stopping at every 7-Eleven along I-25. They're trying to find her. So because she wanted her parents to come back to her, she established Toothsome Chocolate Emporium to draw them in. So it's sad
not like a commercial or a billboard, but no, build it and your parents will love you.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. So she created Toothsome Chocolate Emporium to be the best chocolate place ever, hoping that her parents would go, maybe we should figure out who this person with the last name is us has chocolates.
Okay.
It's whimsical, but yeah, like
yeah, that's what it is.
So Penelope is a person that shows up as a character in the restaurant. So it's a woman dressed in steampunk garb in like Victorian dress, and she has a robot companion named Jacques who walks around with her and meets people in the restaurant.
Yeah, let me put it up because this is insane.
Yeah.
Taryn's here, everybody. What's up?
Hey, Taryn.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
You showed up at a weird time.
I could tell.
But this is going to be a weird episode.
I'm just jumping right in. It's all right.
Well, apparently, I almost went looking for you wherever chocolate is found. Wherever salt is found, that's where I'll be looking for you, Taryn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Taryn likes salt, but Penelope's parents like chocolate.
I do like salt. Were you guys talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh,
just now, yeah. And your love for salt.
Is this... hold on a second. This is why big name places have producers to do this stuff for it. Look at that. Okay, so that's her, I guess, I imagine, right?
Let's see. Do I have to see that on Twitch?
No, I mean, it's just say yes.
Yes, that's exactly her and Jacques. And they walk around and they talk to people. They walk around the gift shop and talk to kids. They walk around the restaurant and talk to people sitting at their tables, which is why when I ate there a few months ago, they're like, "Oh, well, Penelope hasn't stopped by." I'm like, "It's fine. I'll tell Penelope's story. It's fine."
Does she go around like asking if you're her parents or something?
No, which would be more devastating.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Here's a better picture. So Penelope, she's okay. So she's dressed up, mid 1800s garb. If you think of like a semi-wealthy person in like, Deadwood or something like that. She has a nice hat on, a little peacock feather in it.
Oh yeah, a little feather. Yeah.
But then like an apron that's kind of that steampunk brass color.
Mm-hmm.
Steampunk has these colors, man. They're like, dark browns, light browns, brass, light blues.
Is Jacques in this picture?
Jacques is in this.
Okay.
So Jacques is the robot.
Jacques is the robot. He's got a little voice
There's
box.
a freakish man. Yeah. So he, let me describe Jacques. I guess he's just a steampunk android robot.
Yeah,
or whatever.
He's got a metal face. He's got a lot of leather straps holding him together.
Yeah, so if you don't pay, you are not leaving. Absolutely, you're not leaving this place.
But yeah, so they walk around and they talk to everybody and they entertain you and tell you great things. And there is, from what I understand, servers at this restaurant have to go through a training. Like they have to learn about the story of the restaurant, which is why our server was like, oh, you know this story. Thank goodness I don't have to tell you this story. Oh my goodness. But yeah, like everybody has to know the story. Everybody has to support it. And she's like, oh, well, Penelope will come by. And the question that I had prepared was going to be like, what are you a doctor of?
Ooh, so you were going to be one of those people.
No, I didn't want to be antagonistic. I just wanted to know what she's a doctor of because I can't read that.
You weren't going to yes and her. You were going to be like, so what makes you qualified to open a chocolatier and savory factory?
I wasn't going to be no, I just wanted to know because doctor to doctor, I would like to know because I'm a doctor of pharmacy, and you know
we're
what?
colleagues, Penelope. Why don't you,
we're all doctors here.
Yeah.
Let's learn about what you're a doctor of. But she didn't come by our table. We only saw her in the gift shop, and she was talking to children, which makes more sense than stopping by a table full of adults and saying, "Hello, I'm Penelope, Professor
really
Dr.
upset at
Penelope Tebow Tinker Toothsome."
It's this lady's name, Jared.
Where? I'm sorry I'm coming in late to this, but what planet is this on?
Universal Studios. Yeah.
Okay.
It's at both Universals in City Walk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the one in Orlando looks like an elaborate factory.
There was something about this that didn't feel Disney.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not doing a Disney show tonight.
Oh, no, that's fine.
I'll fill her in later.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
We'll tell you.
No, let's start the show over again. Taryn needs to.
But yes, the exterior of the building, it's a factory. There are towering smokestacks, a golden dome, intricate metalwork. It looks very industrial, which is weird next to, as I mentioned, the Hard Rock Cafe, which looks like the Roman Colosseum. But it's very distinctive within Universal City Walk. Inside, I mean, it continues. It's dark. It's steampunky. There are gears everywhere. Someday I should probably do a thing on the Edison at Disney Springs because it has a very similar aesthetic of like big gears everywhere. It's dark. It's clocks. It's
Nice.
That's cool.
You know.
Would you say it's geared for aesthetics?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But yeah, lots of dark wood, exposed brick. And yeah, these two weird characters are roaming around talking to people and engaging with the people who are eating trying to eat their lunch, having a Reuben sandwich, and they're like, "Hey, we're old time."
Have you seen my parents? Yeah, this whole thing is weird, man.
Yeah, it sounds like dinner theater, and I'm not into that.
Every
It's like
time the door
half-assed
opens, they're like,
theater.
"Mother."
Like that is my absolute worst. That's the worst thing about DCA is walking down the main street in DCA, and those characters that aren't from any movie that just walk around.
Oh, so the
like
people. So not like Five and Dime, the music.
No, they're
people.
fine because they stay on the car and they have like a thing that they're doing. But it's like the older lady and like there's a guy, a pudgy guy, and they walk around and they talk to people. And I'm like, I don't need this. I don't want this. So I don't think I would like this place very much.
They do it at Hollywood Studios too, and I don't know what to do with them.
Exactly. It's just awkward. Like I just want to walk. I just want to walk through.
I'm going to Rock and Roller Coaster.
I think if you just keep your head down, they're not going to bug you. They're not going to like shoulder tap you and follow you.
That is true.
I'm looking at some of the merch this place has.
Oh, the merch is crazy.
It is.
They have statues.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's a shirt. It's like a low V-neck woman's shirt. Low V-neck, sleeveless, flowy shirt. Like this is low cut shirt. And it says in old fashioned, what would be like maybe like a wooden carved sign lettering, if you know what I'm talking about. It says chocolate, coffee, and men. Some things are just better rich.
Love it.
Then underneath in small letters, it says,
must have.
I bought
Toothless
7
chocolate.
of those shirts.
Toothsome chocolate Emporium. Like, dude, that is so boomer. And put a minion on, and it's yellow. Put a minion underneath it. That's
Universal. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. For sure.
But they're staying in universe. They don't put a minion on that. You'd have to go to the Minion Cafe to get a shirt like that.
Oh, I would love that.
But so The menu. As far as chocolate is concerned, everybody gets it's your usual bread service, except it's warm chocolate almond bread.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Okay.
With salted caramel butter. It's real good.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
But yeah, the entrees are not all chocolate based, thankfully. But I mean, it's kind of like starting your lunch or dinner with dessert.
Okay.
The bread is fantastic. I really loved the bread. But yeah, the rest of the food menu is just regular stuff. I had a Reuben sandwich. It was good. It's what you'd expect at a place like that, where it's salty, it's buttery, it's, tasty.
Gonna give you a little tummy ache later.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, like it's regular food. It's Applebee's. But,
Yeah, a lot of the ratings I've seen online, it's okay. It's like 3 stars.
yeah, the food wasn't amazing. Nobody was like, "This is the best food I've ever had," because I was there with like 6 people, and nobody was that excited about the food. The food was fine. The alcohol menu, the cocktails is where they really go berserk. So you've got the Cell AZ85, which is apparently a reference to Al Capone's cell in Alcatraz, which doesn't fit the theme at all.
Yeah. Why?
I see that
very
face you're
random.
making, and Brandy made the same face.
We're gonna do this cocktail that's at least 40 to 75 years into the future of what we're even doing here.
Oh yeah, and it's rye whiskey, Templeton, which is a good rye whiskey,
Sure.
vermouth, pineapple juice, lemon juice.
What?
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's weird.
And why?
I mean,
Why is this referencing Al Capone? And
The pineapple juice is throwing me.
oh yeah. To further this whole thing, that's the only reference to a criminal on the entire drink menu. Like, why? Why is that on there?
yeah, it's almost like they were going in another direction.
Yeah.
when they opened the place, but they didn't update the details of the cocktail menu. It's like, this one slipped by. Like, what if it was a 1940s, speakeasy kind of thing, and then everything was like, yeah, see, what can I get as specials today, or mahi mahi? See,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
and
rest.
they just didn't have a chance to change it.
Yeah. I don't. There's this guy. He's called Al Capone. He's an up and comer. There's a chocolate cherry mule, which is chocolate vodka, brandied cherry, ginger beer, chocolate bitters.
Maybe.
Huh?
Maybe.
Not even maybe.
I don't think I would order it, but I would want to try somebody else's.
Yeah.
There
right,
you go.
Right. Right.
How about the chocolate coffee banana, which is banana rum, Galliano liqueur, which isn't that an anise flavored liqueur?
Ooh.
Chocolate, soy milk, chocolate bitters.
That's a maybe.
I don't know,
that's a
man.
potential.
Yeah, I have a hard time with chocolate flavors in food and drink anyways.
Mhm.
Well, and banana liqueur is disgusting, but
Yeah.
all of that stuff together might work.
I have a tough time with it.
It's like a
I don't know.
banoffee pie.
Yeah.
That's what I'm imagining, and I feel like it might be okay.
Yeah. Maybe.
I think there are some flavors that have a hard time transcending sweets. Chocolate is one of those. Like, I think, it can kind of work, I guess, in some things, but I haven't had anything that really is like, what really, really will elevate this? Chocolate.
I will say they're
my
very
steak.
they are creative with their drinks. I've never heard of drinks like these.
Yeah, there plenty more chocolate based drinks. The let's see, macadamia chocolate cherry, the same chocolate vodka, Drambuie, macadamia nut liqueur.
Okay.
Which I don't know that I've ever had. let's see. So what I had was the high fashion, which is Old Forester 86, which is a great whiskey. Brandied cherry chocolate bitters. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Yeah, chocolate bitters are fine. I have some chocolate bitters I use every once in a while.
Yeah. Let's see. Mocha Old Fashioned. Cocoa infused dark rum, sugar, chocolate bitters, which doesn't really sound like an old fashioned to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I would try these.
Oh yeah.
But I wouldn't want to. I don't think I would want to drink the whole thing. It'd be interesting to try.
Yeah. How about the Old Chocolate Fashioned? So more chocolate.
Okay. More old fashioned. Destruction.
The third fashion.
Yeah.
Chocolate whiskey, cherry hearing, sugar, chocolate, orange bitters.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. For me, cocktails aren't. I don't. I was gonna say cocktails aren't an experiment, but that's just wholly untrue. But I don't know. I don't like spending $18 on something I'd sip once and go, no, this flavor doesn't work for me.
18.
And then I don't know.
What kind of deal are you getting?
Okay, well, look, man. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to spend the money on something like that. And then now I have to drink it when I don't enjoy it. I don't want to do that. You know?
I'm right with you. I will say my cocktail choices lately with prices being so high on cocktails have changed to, okay, this sounds familiar and like not a risk.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, those are my beer choices too, but I think that's also why we get so many remakes and stuff like that. Or it's like it's the safe bet because everybody's hoarding a penny or two.
Sure.
Yeah.
How about the other drink that I know I had there? Because I had two drinks when I went there. The other is the very old fashioned.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, dude.
Which is Bull's Geneva Angostura bitters.
Okay, so that's
Period.
normal.
Not chocolatey at all.
No
Okay,
chocolate.
that's fine.
That sounds normal.
It was fine.
Apparently, I found online they have a root beer old fashioned.
Whoa, that sounds actually kind of good.
I don't know what's in it, but it's a root beer old fashioned.
Well, it's probably the root beer whiskey. But yeah.
Old Forester bourbon, root beer schnapps, bourbon barrel bitters, Reagan's No. 6 orange bitters.
Yeah. That's not
Sounds
too
good.
bad.
Yeah.
I'd go for that.
Yes.
But yeah,
That's probably what I would get.
not all of the cocktails are chocolate based.
That's good.
A significant amount of them are.
Okay.
There's a 2 chocolate stout. But they also have Yingling, Blue Moon.
Okay.
Okay. You gotta have a Yingling, I think, if you're on the East Coast. You gotta have it.
Oh,
somewhere.
absolutely. I love Yingling when I'm out there. And I've had plenty of people tell me, like, that's just regular beer. I'm like, well, I can't drink it at home.
Not for us.
It's good. Yeah. It tastes good, man.
And yeah, it's just a weird, it's a Universal owned IP. So like they've made their own thing that they can have at both of the parks here. And the whole
That's good. I wonder if it's going well enough for them to consider doing a ride on it. Or some other experience. I can imagine not.
From
Because
what
it's
I
not
hear,
built up
from what I
really
heard,
well.
the Minions ride I was telling you about earlier,
Yeah.
they made it too early. Like they finished it too early for Toothsome to be in it significantly, even though it goes out into City Walk and you can blow up the Universal Globe and all that stuff. But yeah, like I don't know. Maybe they'll continue to do more. It's weird to have a restaurant with a theme at a Universal park.
I bet.
Like you expect that a little bit more with Disney.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I like it.
Wait,
yeah.
But what do you mean? Because Do you mean like an IP related like theme? Because like I remember when we went to Universal, it's forever burned in my memory because it was one of the best memories. But like we went to this Bob Marley themed restaurant.
Yes.
And it was so good. It was so fun and it fit the weather. So I'm just curious, I guess, because that's my only experience really. But what do you mean by like you're not used to seeing like the themed restaurants at Universal?
Well, I guess I'm thinking like an original IP. Like they've got the Today Show Cafe at Universal. They've got a Minions Cafe. But those are all in the park. Whereas in City Walk, like, okay, Bob Marley, A Tribute to Freedom.
Yeah,
is
so good.
It's good. It's weird to see Bob Marley.
It is weird to see. That's why we hung out there so long.
And
we got two rounds of wings. We're so good.
And I told you when I was there a couple months ago, I told you about the Bourbon Street themed place that had a speakeasy. That was cool. But to have something that is so immersive and themed, because like the Bob Marley place doesn't. It's not like they don't have like an animatronic of Bob Marley.
Yeah,
no,
it's not themed necessarily like this is. This has a whole backstory to it.
Yeah, that is kind
this
of
has a
different.
person in a robot costume walking around.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
This is, imagine Bob Marley walking around. Hey, man.
some random dude with a dreads wig. Yeah, this is just. This isn't something that even Disney does most of the time, unless you're in the parks. Like they don't have. This is akin to a princess walking around and saying hello, but you don't know who these people are.
But what I don't understand about it is that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't even. It's not even that. Do they make chocolate? Is it like a chocolate place? Do they make chocolate? Is it a chocolatier? Are they dipping truffles? Are they, you know what I mean, barring chocolate? Are they doing anything like that?
They do have it's a candy shop, and it's kind of like Disney where you can see them making stuff, or at least they insinuate they're making stuff. It's not quite the same as Disneyland or Walt Disney World, where you can see on Main Street they are making candy canes, for example. You don't see that, but they insinuate that with the like steampunk aesthetic, and it's a factory, and they've got relatively fresh chocolates. But they've got milkshakes. They're big into milkshakes. There's a whole bunch of different.
That's cool.
But
I guess so far from the aesthetics, I mean, everything is light grays and browns and tan, and it doesn't look pleasing to me to want to be in that environment at all, especially if the food is kind of subpar or par, I guess.
I would say par is good.
Okay, nothing to me is drawing me in to go to that, and like just leaning into. I guess the thing I'm having a problem with expressing is that a theme park on the level of Universal, kind of going so mid-range with something like this. I don't know, if you're going to create a whole new restaurant IP and a whole new theme, why is it a doctor looking for her family by making a chocolate factory? Like it's so bizarre.
A professor doctor.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's the weirdest idea that they went, like they're leaning so far into this. Margaritaville? Okay, makes sense. Why not have a Margaritaville there?
Sure, yeah, but Margaritaville's I've never been in, but I imagine it's exactly the opposite, where it's like it's themed, but there's no backstory. There's no pretend backstory. It's just, we have this.
They're
guy
playing music,
know,
and there are surfboards, and there's
that's it. It's lightly themed.
They outside of at Orlando, they do have a plane that Jimmy Buffett owned.
Yeah, okay, but like lightly themed versus themed to a lightly themed versus like themed, I think are very different. This is themed. This is a themed restaurant.
They're going for immersive, but what are we immersing ourselves in?
Right.
Do we want to be immersed in this universe? Is this a universe?
This universe freaks me out. I don't like it. It bothers me.
I'm not defending this place. Other than like the drinks were good.
Okay.
The food was okay.
All right.
And it looks cool from the outside and the inside.
And that's all.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's all you can really
You know
ask
what? It
for,
checked the boxes.
That's why I wanted to talk about it, because as far as we're concerned on this show, like, it's like they're going for a Disney thing.
Yes.
But they
didn't.
I don't
get anywhere near it.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, we could talk about Boathouse someday at Disney Springs, but like that's just a dude who has a bunch of boats. And it's not an immersive experience. It's literally the dude who owns the restaurant has his collection of boats there. Like,
so okay,
actually there we go. That was the episode.
Yeah, perfect. That sounds great. So the guy who walks around in the costume, does he talk?
Yeah, the robot guy.
Yeah, he does, and he walks like a robot. He walks like,
my God,
C-3PO,
like
except made out of like brass and leather.
How
does he sound?
Yeah, is it a human voice?
He's got like a vocoder sort of thing going on.
Okay.
This is a nightmare.
And Penelope is just a woman wearing a dress and a hat.
Oh yeah, dude.
See, already I'd rather talk to the robot.
You could.
Because I don't want to talk to a human person.
Yeah, allow me to enjoy your creation.
And you know what? I think kids are the same way. Alice didn't want to talk to any, like, except for Belle. That was the only one, but she said no to every princess, going to meet any princess, but she wanted to meet all the other characters. And I think there's something a little freaky about a human.
About our child, I think is really more what it is.
Oh God, you should hear what
You know?
She told me all about her dream before bed. I'll tell you about it.
Well,
but like,
she's bizarre.
No one's showing up at Toothsome and saying, "I've got to meet Penelope Toothsome."
No, they're going after the other
I've got to
guy.
meet this random character. I have to talk to Jacques, the robot.
I think it'd be really funny to go there and pretend, just basically cosplay in there and then pretend like you're a citizen from the 1860s.
Pretend like you're her dad.
And then you walk in and you see this robot and you just scream.
I think.
Oh my God, what is it? Ah!
I think they'd lose it. I don't think these people are prepared for that level of.
Because I mean,
improv.
I don't know. That's the other thing about steampunk stuff is that it sort of betrays the whole concept of like the Old West and steam technology because none of it existed. Can you imagine if it did? Like some gold miner being on his claim for a year and he comes down and then there's like just his town is covered in robots because this lady landed her dirigible and dropped off a bunch of robot orders.
You know there's a dirigible somewhere in this story.
Is this?
But yeah.
Everything's a robot now.
Oh gosh. Now you're just making me think of Wild Wild West. Will Smith.
You try not to go there. You're riding a big spider. I mean, you know what I mean? That's like generational trauma that you're inflicting on these people because that's stories that will be written in history books.
Oh, and you can also get a hamburger there.
Thank God. Is that it? Are we covered?
That's it. Unless you want to dunk on it a little more because it's so weird.
No. Yeah. It is weird, but I do like the fact that somebody somewhere had this idea.
Yeah.
And they leaned into it hard enough to have two locations.
Oh, yeah.
And people seem to be enjoying it because it's been open since 2016, you said, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
It's
good
weird
enough.
as all get out.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
the food was passable for theme park food.
Okay.
Question. I have a very important question for Eric. Food passability was which one wins? This one This place or the South Park place?
The South Park. Casa Bonita.
Which food quality was better?
That's an interesting question. I think, well, Casa Bonita only has like 5 menu items.
That's fine. But what you ordered, which one was better?
I think Casa Bonita.
Okay.
Because
Wow.
this place, Toothsome, they've got like that cheesecake factory sort of menu that's
like
giant.
everything.
And they have too much stuff and they don't specialize in anything.
Got it.
Yeah, looking at the menu online, it seemed like a BJ's Cheesecake Factory level of like, there you can spend 10 hours looking at this menu.
Yeah, it's too much stuff. Casa Bonita at least is like, we've got a chef. It's not the best food in the world, but
but he knows how to make these 5 things.
Right. Yeah, we're going to focus on this.
He's going to night school to learn the 6. So leave him alone, give him a break.
You want tacos or burrito?
Yeah. Well, very good,
Cool.
Eric. I'm glad.
All right.
I'm glad you went there. That sounds like a weird place to go. I still don't know if I would do it when we go back. However, I encourage anybody else to go and let me know how it was.
Yeah,
give me one of those shirts that says chocolate, coffee, and men all taste better rich or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you'd probably just catch me at Bob Marley's.
No, but you got to go there though.
I'd probably just spend all my time there.
Yeah.
So
I'd be
he
next
doesn't
door
really
at
own
the Irish
I know he
place
doesn't
with the
own it.
speakeasy.
Yeah.
But it was just so cool with the music and then the music videos and the vibe. It's
Why are you
that's
swaying?
That's my vibe, man.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
That's my vibe.
That's my vibe, man.
Like if
Taryn's gonna go look up Minion memes on the break now.
If we go back to Universal someday, I'm going for Harry Potter and Bob Marley.
I want to
Period.
do all of the things we didn't do if we ever go back. Because
I don't care about all those things.
It's so disappointing.
We should bring more people because I'm not interested in that.
It's fine.
There's a whole Margaritaville you didn't visit, and it's right there.
Oh, I don't care about that either. That is not my vibe.
No, that's not my vibe, guys. All right. Well, speaking of vibes, everybody, we're gonna like totally take a break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna do like Disney news because Disney news is my vibe. That's my style. All right, everybody, hang on. It's Ears Up. We'll be right back.
Hear that? It's SpringFest savings calling your name. Only at Lowe's. Right now, get a free Select Ego 56-volt battery when you buy a Select Ego trimmer, blower, or mower. Plus, get your choice of any 2 bags of Miracle Grow organic soil mix for only $16. Shop these can't-miss deals in-store or online today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Valid through 4/2. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Excludes Hawaii.
Back to Ears Up, where the opinions never stop. Ever.
All right. Thanks for sticking around, everybody.
Oh,
we got
you're
some
welcome.
lovely. Oh, yeah. Well, you have to. Well, actually, you don't have to. You don't have anything else to do. Actually, if you left, you'd have to go do chores.
Probably it's only 10
You know
o'clock.
what I mean?
Yeah, I've got a lot of.
I know Brandy keeps you working until 1, 2, 3 in the morning sometimes. As she should.
Right.
She deserves it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Kind of.
We got that already. All right. Before we get to the news, everybody, summer is here, basically. You know what I mean? And the 21st Amendment Brewery has the perfect lineup to keep you cool and refreshed all summer long. Hell or High Watermelon is coming back, the ultimate summer classic, brewed with real watermelon juice. It's crisp, juicy, and ready for sun-soaked adventures. Or you have El Sully Lime, their award-winning Mexican-style lager with a bright citrus twist. Smooth, refreshing, and made for warm days and cool nights. And to celebrate 25 years of brewing freedom, we bring you, and by we, I mean the 21st Amendment, because us at Ears Up had nothing to do with it. We do not brew beer. I mean, I do, but like, you know what I mean? We didn't make this beer, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Not this one. Okay.
No, Sully would never. Can you imagine? Hey, JP, why don't you come up and just make this beer? I'm going to take a break. I'm like, what? There's like 50 million hectoliters of beer to make. What are you talking about? And Sully'd be like, no, you got it. I need to go on a run.
I'm surprised he hasn't asked
me
you
alone.
to just make a few batches.
Just there's work there. I trust you, but don't I need training? No. Do I need a hard hat? No. Do I need boots? No. Gloves? Absolutely not.
Here's a mash pedal. Get to work.
Yeah, barely. Yeah. So 21st Amendment brings you the 25th anniversary IPA, which I have not had yet. And we were just there last Sunday and I forgot to give it a try. So next time we go back, I'll give it a shot again. But it's a bold West Coast IPA packed with classic and modern hops, bursting with pine, citrus, and a touch of tropical fruit, which sounds delicious. I mean, if you get a good mix of those two, they can be incredible. And if Sully knows one thing, it's how to blend hops together to make this sort of like, I don't know. My favorite IPAs are sort of like almost retro when you got the piney, citrusy thing, and then you got the modern tropical side as well. If you can blend those two things together, you're all over it, man. So whether you're just kicking back on the beach, firing up the grill, or just raising a toast to summer, they've got the perfect beer for the moment. Find 21st Amendment beers at your favorite store, bar, or brewery tap room, because summer deserves great beer. And so do you. Not only just summer, but Autumn, Amber, Jennifer, any other ladies that any other men that too. You guys all deserve great beer. That's a joke.
True.
Sorry, Sully. That
was a good one.
I had to say it. I'm drinking the 21st Amendment lager right now.
I really like that
March in the past, present, and future with all the news that's fit to cover. It's the EarzUp Disney News.
All right, we got a lot of news to cover. And originally I was going to cover, there's like some Marvel news to talk about. But then I started digging into news even more.
Oh, no.
And there's a lot, man. There's a lot to talk about. I don't know if we're going to get to it all tonight. I might just save a bunch of this for the secret show, which I don't know when we're going to record. Not tonight, but maybe in a couple days, something like that.
Sure. Not tonight is perfect.
Not tonight is perfect.
Sounds great.
Yeah, not tonight is the best timeline you could ever have on anything like that. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening. And, we might as well just jump into it. Snow White was released this weekend, everybody.
Ooh, woohoo.
And yeah, things are not going well. I have several news stories to read with Snow White. So it might sound a little complicated or convoluted. So work with me a little bit on it and, bear with me. I have a lot to get through about Snow White. And I'm going to try to stay as positive as possible because I haven't seen the movie. I've seen the trailers and I would probably rather hear the spiel at Toothsome than watch the actual movie. But from, I think, Amber in the Discord, or here's Olivia, I can't remember. They went to see it and they said it was fine. Their kid loved it, and that's kind of all that matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they said it was fine. And to me, that is a very nice way of saying my kid loved it.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Hey, if your kid loves it,
if your kid loves it, that's what you're
good.
going
then
for.
It was fine.
Yeah. So this one is from the Independent, and this has generated a lot of like sub articles. But basically, Rachel Zegler's social media posts are being blamed for Snow White's backlash and box office performance.
Well, I mean, look, they weren't great, but you can't blame her for just the weird way that
a couple posts, like everybody's like, well, she's directly insulting her co-host. I'm like, I don't think Gal Gal has not come out and said, I can't stand this woman. Like,
here's the problem with what Rachel Zegler was doing is that she was not upholding the legacy of the story. She was pooping on the history of the story and the legacy of the story and things that people really enjoyed. And she was, supporting
like
that
the woman
fact,
who's
lauding
asleep
that fact.
and some dude who kisses her.
I guess. I don't know. But she was like really upset about that kind of stuff. And when indie studios are trotting out their stars of these movies and putting them on social media and, having them help to push and campaign for people to see the movie in the build up to the release, they're counting on positive stories.
Mm-hmm.
So part of that backlash is not necessarily what she said directly, but it was how she was carrying herself around the franchise that people latched on to kind of first. I think maybe second. First, it was all the weird racists, but that's fine. That's going to happen with anything, so it doesn't matter. But like, it's kind of the way she handles herself about the legacy of the movie. That's what ticked a lot of people off, and I think that's what they're talking about. So you have a lot of interest invested into how your stars are supporting the film and the project on social. That's a big thing because it's basically free marketing. So if you have your number one star jumping into the fray going like, yeah, isn't this really dumb that like, the women weren't empowered? We're going to change the story fundamentally. And everyone's like freaking out. They're just pointing and shrieking into the void. Of course, that's going to snowball, man.
If I were Disney, if I were these giant corporations, though, I would put it in a contract that like to have boundaries around social media for these giant stars, for these giant movies, because if they really do have that much influence over the movies, which I'm not advocating for, I don't think that that's really the case. But let's say that that's their argument, then put something in the contract that says that they can't even talk about it until after the movie comes out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, but I don't think you want that. When you hire somebody, you expect them to be professional.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I agree. Back in August, while sharing the first official Snow White trailer on Twitter, Zegler thanked her fans for their support before adding in a separate post, and always remember, Free Palestine. So this isn't even necessarily about her controversy before. This is like another thing I didn't even hear about. The post, which garnered 8.8 million views online, caused Disney executives to immediately contact Zegler's team, with the film's producer Mark Platt flying to New York to speak to her directly. That's how you know you're in trouble. When the producer, when your boss flies from wherever they are to you to tell you that you did something incredibly incorrect. Zegler's co-star Gal Gadot, who is Israeli, reportedly began to receive an increased number of death threats following the post, and Disney had to pay for increased security for the star and her family.
I just don't believe this. I don't believe that, but
I mean, what do you think that Variety is lying?
I think that this is exaggerated. I don't know. I have a hard time believing that she received so many death threats, like legitimate death threats, that they needed extra security for her.
Okay, well, here's the thing. So if your team normally
you exist
has
in America,
threats,
right?
Yeah. Your team normally gets 10 death threats a month because these people do.
Sure, of course.
Random stalkers. So let's say they increase to 50. How do you know what's credible and what's not? You have to hire security to go to make sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why take the chance?
No, I guess I see that. I guess I'm like, why is it Disney's problem? Like, why are they hiring security for her?
I don't know, because
why
they're
isn't she going like, dang, I should probably hire some extra security?
That's
like,
an interesting point. Yeah.
It just feels like they are jumping into the drama when they don't need to. That's what it feels like. That's, I think, that's my point.
You know what? Look, man, if Ryan said something about Erik that caused Erik to get death threats, I would 100% pay, if I could, for security until I figured it out.
We need to have a conversation off the air.
Okay. You know what I mean? Like, I think of all the things that Disney has done to kind of fumble the bag in the last 5 or 10 years, this is not one of them. I think they absolutely should be paying for that because it's their star that friggin' said the thing.
Yes, so she should be paying.
Okay. Anyways, God, dude. Reflecting on Zegler's social media activity, one insider told the publication she didn't understand the repercussions of her actions as far as what is meant for the film, for Gal, for anyone. 3 months later, following the results of the presidential election, Zegler shared a post that read, F Donald Trump, and may Trump supporters never know peace. Platt reportedly pulled Zegler aside and explained she was signaling to a substantial chunk of America that the forthcoming Disney film was not for them. After some discussion, the star agreed to work with a social media specialist paid for by Disney who approved all posts leading up to the film's release date.
I mean, a little too late, but that was the right move.
I totally believe that that's like a real job.
yeah,
100% it is.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just someone who manages social media. You know what I mean? So it's like, you want to say this? Okay, let me make sure I'm hired by corporate to sanitize everything, to make sure everything's fine. But therefore, it's not her fault anymore. It's the social media manager.
I wonder. Well, clearly Gina Carano didn't check with that team.
No, that did
before
not.
She started
they didn't even give her that chance. They were like, "No, you're too far."
Okay, we're done here.
The new Disney live-action remake of Snow White has a sluggish start at the box office, making just $43 million on its opening weekend against an estimated production cost of $270.
Whoa.
Things aren't looking good for this remake, man.
No.
They really aren't.
But if you've Eric, have you seen this movie yet?
I have not yet. No.
I have only watched the trailer and I am terrified by the dwarves. So like, I feel like just the dwarves alone are a miss, but we'll see.
I don't mind. I mean, the dwarves have changed significantly from early trailers. If you remember when they were like dudes.
Yeah. They're like real people.
Right.
I feel like that would have been better.
It's interesting that we've gone to that they went the direction of making them animated characters. Basically. And I don't know, this whole production has been fraught with controversy. And I mean, starting from like Peter Dinklage saying, "Hey, we shouldn't be making a movie about dwarfs," and then they're like, "Oh, we were trying to be respectful."
Yeah,
by not including you.
and they tried to be like, "Here, look at the people that we have hired to do these characters," and then it's changed again multiple times. Like
they're trying to fix it, and I get it, and they should, I think, but I it's hard when you have a charged movie like Snow White, and I don't think it should have been charged necessarily.
No.
But you have Rachel Zegler being like, she's not going to be saved by a man. She's going to be the leader she was born to be. It's like you're fundamentally changing the story. People are going to complain about that. If it's one thing Disney fans don't like is change. They don't like it. So you're already fighting that uphill battle. So to like be so flippant about it is going to piss people off even more. And then you have the weird CGI and the problems on set, and then all this stuff leading up to it, and the pushback of the release. I think people are sort of already tired of the drama around the movie before they even see the movie. So that's my opinion on it.
No, I think in a lot of respects you're right, because there's so much more drama around this one than previous ones, like where they've done things that people didn't like Little Mermaid. Oh, she's black.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not happy about that, and they're like, I don't care. Mm-hmm. And great, they finished it, and the drama went away. What was the other? Aladdin. Princess Jasmine has an opinion about the world.
Yeah, see, that's where I draw the line.
And ultimately, when it came out, it's like, she got an extra song.
I think people were more pissed off about Will Smith as the genie than anything. That's the only thing I ever remember hearing about is Will Smith being the genie. Yeah, it's like, dude, what is this? This is not good.
The blue wasn't great, but ultimately,
now that Snow White's opening weekend, $87 million worldwide, $87 million worldwide is in the rearview mirror. Burbank brass are evaluating what went wrong. To put Snow White's global box office haul into perspective, it's about $34 million less than Joker Folie à Deux, but with a bigger budget by $70 million.
What is Joker Folie à Deux?
The Joker 2 with Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix.
Why are they comparing it to that? Like, is there a correlation?
Because it was a ball. It was a stinker.
Oh.
Nobody liked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It was terrible.
And it did worse.
It did worse.
This is not her fault, though.
But it's not her fault. But I'm saying I think her actions have contributed towards it. Yes,
yeah,
for sure.
But she can't be blamed for the whole thing. I mean, they're trying
Agreed.
to
No.
remake So people have been complaining about the live action movies for so long, and then they made their original, like the original animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one else made an animated movie before Snow White, and they're remaking it as a live action, and people don't have not been excited about the live action movies for a long time.
No, absolutely. Even though they make money, and this is, I think, it's on track to be the worst of them. Quote, you can't say that a live action remake of the most iconic film in the vault that cost $270 million and has been reshot multiple times, opening to $50 million is okay. The math does not work. That movie should be a $1 billion movie, said an executive at a rival studio when the film was tracking for a 45 to 55 million domestic opening. It ended up at below even the low end figure at 43.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, that's right. They had like multiple reshoots too. Yeah.
Well,
because they kept changing it. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, okay, I feel like the studio knows when they have to do those reshoots, they're like, okay, this is not going to be a hit. Like, but you can't stop. You have to kind of keep going. You've already put too much money in it to scrap the project. But like, I wouldn't believe that they're very surprised, mostly because of those reshoots. Like when you start having to reshoot things are going downhill. The same thing happened to the Guardians guy,
James
the director. Gunn? He got fired, and then they did reshoot. There was something.
They're
with
like that was a tweet from 10 years ago. He's fine.
Yeah, but there was all this drama with that, and then that movie kind of didn't do as well as they thought. And it's just like, I think when you start really messing with a movie that got greenlit, it's just not. It's not good.
So this is part of the Variety article, which I think sparked all this other stuff, but it mentions that let's see, the complaining with Ziegler started after she wasn't invited. She complained on social media that she wasn't invited to the 2022 Oscars as the star of the Best Picture nominee West Side Story, because she was in that, that was her first role. I don't know. Sources say that she had just begun production on Snow White in London, and Sean Bailey, then president of Walt Disney Studios Motion Picture Production, declined to cut her loose for the telecast. After Ziegler aired her grievances publicly, which you don't do, okay? You do not complain that your company did not send you to the thing. You do not say that. They provided her with a ticket, even though she wasn't nominated. And then Bailey was gone from the job by February 2024, it says. Months later at D23, she criticized the original 1937 Snow White, noting that the prince, quote, literally stalks the heroine. One top agent said that was the moment that Disney allowed Ziegler to control the narrative. Quote, the first time she shoots her mouth off, you nip it in the bud. Instead, the studio said nothing, and purists began to revolt. So I think that was the problem. She said, oh my God, really? Like, all that kind of stuff that Jeremy and I beat to death on that show. Disney didn't say anything to push back or to like rein her in. So she probably felt emboldened to like say whatever she wanted to say. And then, the snowball increased and people were done with it. They say all press is good press, but in Snow White's case, they were unabashedly wrong, says box office analyst Jeff Bach. Too much negative controversy surrounding this film for years. This is what we were just saying. And it didn't help that the reviews were subpar, likely rendering this latest live action adventure to Disney Plus for many potential ticket buyers.
It's interesting
more,
because
I'm not gonna go on.
I'm thinking back about a similarly, think back on Avatar 2, Way of Water, where to make money on it, they needed to make $1 billion. And everybody went, I don't know. I mean, the last movie was years ago, and they had to do all this extra stuff on this one, and the movie was too expensive, and somehow it pulled through. Like they made that money and more. Like it's in some cases, it seems like Disney is laying back and going, I don't want to deal with this. And in other cases, they're saying, no, we're gonna support this. We're gonna push this through. Everybody's gonna go see this movie. It almost feels like what's the movie? Strange World, Strange Planet. The last animated feature that a few animated features ago, where they just people are like, there's a gay kid in this movie.
Oh no!
And Disney was like, we're sorry, there's a gay kid in this movie, and they didn't promote it at all.
Disney
and it was such it's a good movie. I liked it a lot.
Disney does push the kind of norms, I get, and not even norms, because that seems ridiculous to say. Because guess what? There's gay people, everybody. I don't know if you knew that or not.
What?
But yeah, where are they?
Point them out to me.
Disney has kind of been one of those companies at least trying to dip their toe in very passively, but also, putting that stuff out there in the narrative forms of their movies, right? But then they don't know how to support it. And it's like the spine that they grow to like finally go, you know what? There are gay people. Guess what, everybody? We're going to put them in our movie too. What do you think of that? And then people go, and then they go, oh, yeah, right. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. They're like, they get English. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I ran into you. I'm so sorry. You ran into me. I'm so sorry. It's like, figure it out. And I think that does a lot of damage too. It's either do it or don't. If you're going to do it, which you should, then keep doing it. Stand up for it. You know what I mean? Push the narrative even more.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We've been talking about this for years at this point, where Chapek fumbled the ball. Oh my, are you wearing a Chapek t-shirt? Oh
yeah. But Chapek was framed.
But yeah, he got a raw deal for sure. And
absolutely.
He wasn't prepared to have these conversations. And that's,
oh my God. I just thought of a new t-shirt to make. It's Lee Harvey Oswald on the cover of Time. When he has the doctored photo of him holding the rifle and the shadows all crooked or whatever, but put a Chapek's head on it.
Oh my God.
I'm going to do that.
We were walking around Disneyland and so Jason wore this shirt to Disneyland one day and some guy stopped us and he was like, that's dark. It was a cast member. He goes, whoa, that's dark. And I was like, and I looked and I was like, you're wearing, like, I didn't know you'd wear it here.
Yeah, you got to do it, man. Look, man, every CEO is kind of terrible. That's just by definition. That's what they do, man.
And then to see that Iger was so adamant and was so political for a while, and now the situation has changed. And suddenly the company is backing away from DEI.
Yeah, well, we're talking about that.
Let
me wrap up the Snow White stuff, and we'll get into that too a little bit.
Okay, sorry.
On the other end of the Snow White thing, this is an article on Cinema Blend where this movie reviewer talks about how they liked Snow White more than they thought they would, and they've seen it twice in the first week and whatever. And I'm like, okay, this will be a cool article to mention on the other side too. Like, I like seeing a positive press about stuff so we can, have other versions of the, truth to figure out. But what he does at the end of his article is essentially say what he liked about the movie. He goes, I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it. I never loved the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. But the new film, which basically gave the original a modern musical facelift, worked for me. I enjoyed it so much, and I thought other members of my family would as well. Then a couple days later, I went to see it again, this time bringing my wife and 7-year-old daughter with me. Blah, blah, blah. He says, what I found myself most focused on was the theatrical experiences and taking my daughter to see a Disney classic, as my parents had done so many years ago. So he kind of intonates there that like the part that he enjoys most about Snow White is just going to the
see
movies
Snow
White.
with his kid. Yeah, going to the action. It's the step 1, go to the movie. Step 2, removal of frontal cortex. Step 3, exit movie, enjoy life. There's no, he's not talking about the movie and how good it is or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just that what I really loved about it was being able to go see Snow White with my daughter. Yeah, cool.
Which is nice, but yeah, like,
yeah.
That's a weird review.
It is it's almost like an opinion piece. It was very odd. Let's see. Yeah. Anyway, there's more numbers here for Snow White box office, but I think you guys get the point.
It's not going
going well. Yeah. Critics were largely not impressed with Disney's latest live action remake, with reviews coming in at just 43% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. There's been a wide variance between the box office performance of other live action Disney remakes, but Snow White might mark a new nadir. I don't even know what Ralph Nader's back? The hell's going on? Jon Favreau's photorealistic The Lion King didn't have great reviews either, but it grossed more than $1.6 billion worldwide.
And they're making more.
Snow White opened worse than Dumbo, which had a $46 million opening, and well shy of Cinderella territory with $67.9 million. God, it opened worse than Dumbo. Dumbo was a stinker.
It was. Not good.
Dude.
I still haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
I bought a copy of it. I still haven't seen it. I
Good
normally
for you.
would have, but I mean, Danny DeVito, like, what's wrong with that?
I know, right?
Come on.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
A
right,
flying
let's do
elephant. Come on, man.
Let's do some light news. Trump's FCC commissioner opens investigation into Walt Disney Company and ABC for diversity policies.
Yep.
This might be more of a secret show talking point. Yeah, let's just save it for the secret show.
Because we can say bad words.
So we can say bad words, but also, like, I don't know, I've kind of been too heavy already. Let's do something lighter and get out of here.
Okay.
I worked at Disney World for 2 years. There are 9 things I'd never buy at the parks.
Okay.
This is lighter?
Love these.
9 things. This I should also say for the secret show, but that's right.
Popcorn.
Single-use water bottles.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Sure, of
I don't
course.
like buying those.
Plan ahead. Bring your water bottle. They allow it.
But here's the thing. This is the problem with articles like this. They're obvious. They're all so obvious.
They are to us, but I wonder if it's obvious. I mean, we used to buy water bottles there.
Because we would forget ours.
Right.
Because the drinking water sucks there.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely is trash. And I think they do it on purpose. So you buy the good water.
No,
Disneyland
Anaheim
or
and LA
Disney
just has
World?
bad water.
Disneyland. Who goes to Disney World? Come on. dude.
Disney.
What's wrong
I'm
with
just
you?
saying, Florida water, sulfur.
Yeah. So also bad.
It's worse water. It's way worse water.
Let's see. This is a weird article because nothing's like numbered. So it's all written kind of weird. There are water fountains located around Disney World property. So I usually bring a reusable tumbler. Yeah, it's called a water bottle. It's called a friggin' thermos, a reusable tumbler. God.
Most tumblers, you just throw them away when you're done.
I know, yeah. Give me my single-use Stanley, please. Popcorn buckets are supposed to help you save, but they don't if you keep buying them.
Nobody's buying them to save money.
No, they're buying them because they look cool.
Right.
You want
There
the
are
new
collectible
thing.
There
Yes.
are always so many to choose from, and some Disney fans collect them. Personally, I don't understand the draw.
Rude.
Let's see. This article is formatted really horribly. So I can't figure out if I'm going to hit them all. But Spirit jerseys feel outrageously expensive to me. I think they're ugly. But then you know what? I'll be honest with you.
You almost got one.
I almost got one. Well, I didn't almost get one, but I looked at them because ultimately they're baggy and you kind of get that sort of terry cloth feel on the inside. And I was like, okay, maybe I can be in my Spirit jersey era. But
God, I would have loved it if you got one because you have been
They were $80.
dragging
There's no
them
way I'm going to get that,
forever
dude. No.
on this show.
Here's another one. I don't really get why people like the Disney themed Crocs. First of all, now she's Andy friggin' Rooney.
That's not even something that they sell. Do they sell Crocs at the park?
Some people like shoes on their feet. I like shoes where they belong, on my hands. Why is it that Disneyland wants to sell you shoes on your feet that remind you of things that you put on your hands? I just don't get it. Call me old. Come on, man.
I don't know who Andy Rooney is.
Not Andy Rooney. Is it Andy Rooney? Is it? Who am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Not Andy Rooney. The guy used to just do the weird like monologues and complain about a bunch of stuff. Is it Andy Rooney?
I think that's Andy Rooney.
Andy Rooney. Okay. I'm thinking of Mickey Rooney. I'm going, no, that's not Mickey Rooney.
No,
okay,
not Mickey Rooney.
Andy Rooney. We'll figure it out
Mickey
later.
Rooney is a national treasure.
Yeah, that's right. The world. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. Here's this article that I pulled up that just made me almost vomit. The 54 best shows on Disney Plus right now.
54?
It was written by Disney. This was written by Bob Iger.
No, this was written by an AI.
Dude, I know, right?
That Bob Iger pressed the button
Chat
on.
GPT, act as if you were Bob Iger and you were writing an article for Wired magazine to talk about how many good shows there were on Disney Plus.
There are 54.
54 best. Like, I already can't trust the article because of the sheer amount of things.
54 best implies that there are others that are also very good. But these are the 54 best ones.
Can you imagine if you are, if your show, like say you were an actor and your show was on Disney Plus, but not on this list? I'd be pissed. We're like, wait a minute, what do you mean?
Charlie Cox is like, come on! The new season of Daredevil is great.
There's so many Star Wars stuff on here.
54 of them.
Apparently. Renegade Nell, Dinosaurs, that old Dinosaurs car.
That's on there?
Show.
I love
it's on
that
Disney
show.
Plus.
Oh, that show. My goodness.
Oh, that show is so good.
Behind the Attraction, Loki, that's good. Daredevil, the original. Ahsoka, that's nice. The Wonder Years, Secret Invasion, a lot of Marvel, a lot of Star Wars.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Do you remember the episode of Dinosaurs that was surprised when I started rewatching that show a while back?
Yeah.
I could not believe that they had an assisted suicide episode.
They did?
The grandma dinosaur
I do remember
wanted
that.
to die.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And that
No,
was
that show
like
was-
season 1.
Dude, that show was wild. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm not into that. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's do what we're talking about is the Avengers Doomsday cast, and then we'll get out of here. We'll save everything else for the secret show. We can play some more clips of stuff. Because I do have some good things coming up. I have a lot of good tabs open, so it'll be fun to see if my computer decides to not shut down until yeah, anyway, whatever.
That might be the first time anyone in history has ever said, I have a lot of good tabs open.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. Okay, Marvel Studios announced Wednesday that production has begun on the film Avengers Doomsday in theater May 1st, 2026, in a multi-hour global live stream that I didn't know about. Marvel also revealed several of the film's all-star cast, teasing the return of some familiar heroes. The Avengers Doomsday cast includes Chris Hemsworth, Vanessa Kirby, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, Letitia Wright, Paul Rudd, Wyatt Russell, Tinoch Hurta Meha, Iban Moss Bakrik, I'm not going to read all these people because who cares?
We all care. There's just
Mainly
a lot of people.
I can't. Yeah, it's a lot of people that I can't pronounce their name. I can do Tom Hiddleston, barely.
Okay.
Alan Cumming, maybe. Ian McClellan, no, I can't because I put an extra L in there. So I'm just going to do everybody else a favor. But apparently Kelsey Grammer is going to be in it.
Beast is back.
Oh, he was interesting.
He was
All right,
Beast.
man.
He was at the end of The Marvels in a post-credit sequence.
The what?
The Marvels.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
Kelsey Grammer
it's
is
Captain
Frasier,
Marvel 2.
Right?
Yes.
You loved it.
Tossed salad and scrambled eggs, man.
He's super MAGA.
Is he?
He is.
Yeah, just found this out. So disappointed.
Yeah, he's very, very conservative, but
all right, well, that's the secret show conversation, everybody. Yeah, so that's happening. I thought I had a deeper article than that, but I don't.
It's just a list of names.
It's just
That's
a list
pretty
of
much
names, yeah.
what-
But everyone's like really excited about it. I'm like, wow, what does that mean? I can't wait to read articles about it. And then all the articles like, here's the names.
All I heard
here
was
we go.
Ant-Man.
That's all we
Ant-Man's
got.
there.
Well, here's one about the 10 major Marvel stars missing from the Avengers Doomsday cast announcement. So there is quite a bit of chatter from what I've read where people are sort of disappointed and they're not necessarily like, they're thinking this might not be a great film because these like tentpole MCU characters are not in it.
Mm.
So I don't know what you guys think about it. I would love to hear what you guys think about this. So Tom Holland as Spider-Man, he will not be in it. What do you mean, boo?
Boo, we love him.
Oh, okay, yeah, great. Benedict Cumberbatch is Doctor Strange. He's not going to be in it too. I can't believe like he's so an integral part of the Avengers. Why is he not going to be in it? That's so weird.
He's asleep in this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, you say that, and I don't know what that means, but I took it. Deadpool, honestly, I'm fine. Deadpool, we need to take a 10-year hiatus from Deadpool. I am so tired of Deadpool things.
Yeah, he and his wife also, they're not good for Disney social media right now. They need to go away for a bit.
Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. See, that's fine.
That's a good move.
I'm all right with that.
It's fine.
Tiana Paris as Photon.
Don't.
Yeah, I don't know either. From the Marvels, I guess.
She's in the Marvels, a movie I
Chris
just
Pratt.
referenced.
Okay. Chris Pratt as Star-Lord.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine
I could
too.
use a break.
Yeah, I need a Star-Lord break also. Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner.
Aw, we love Hulk.
Yeah. So I think that'd be cool. I liked him. I think he was a good Bruce Banner. I think a lot of people didn't like him, but I think he played the weird, eccentric genius pretty good.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner is Hawkeye. I never cared about Hawkeye. I never was a Hawkeye guy. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. But this was the big one. Elizabeth Olsen as the Scarlet Witch.
She's currently dead in
But
the
see,
MCU.
Look, bro, it's a comic book movie.
I know.
They're going to come back.
She'll
You
definitely
ultimately
come
know.
back, but
Yeah.
that's why I'm like not expecting her in this one. She'll
Well,
come
I
back
think that's what
eventually
people
when it's
are-
convenient.
But I think that's why people are a little bit like taken aback by it, where she was probably I'm going to guess, one of the 5 most popular MCU characters that doesn't have their own movie or isn't in like a movie, right? She just did the TV show, right?
Oh, she's
Yeah.
in the movies. I mean, she
Is
was
she?
the main antagonist in Multiverse of Madness, the second Doctor Strange movie.
The what?
Oh,
Do you
I
watch?
Are you okay? I broke him. Everybody. Shut him down. Reboot sequence initiated.
Do you listen to PewniePod?
No.
They're not
I
up
listen
on
to-
that one yet. Do you
I listen
watch
to one
Marvel
podcast.
movies?
No.
'Cause
yes, I
it's
do. No, I
it's
do.
clear you've seen some of them.
Yeah, well, look, man. Okay.
I've been on this show long enough. I know. I get it.
Here's a secret. I don't really remember much. Okay? You get in front of this microphone and you just talk, and that's just kind of what happened.
I am aware of how podcasting works.
Yeah, thank you. I wasn't telling you specifically.
Oh,
I was
okay.
telling
Okay.
the audience. I know how you know how it works. Okay, the last story we're going to cover. There was a fire in Epcot the other day. Did you guys see any of the footage of that?
I did. I saw a couple TikTok videos.
At Remy's, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure it was like the biggest video I saw, the not the biggest, but the one I saw referenced most often was like from the Skyway buckets. And I'm thinking, all I can think is I'm so glad. I bet Disney's going, man, I'm glad that we have these back. So everyone can get a nice footage of the toxic plume. Apparently it was behind the France pavilion.
Do we know what it was?
Well, it was a dark column of black smoke began to rise near the France pavilions a few days ago. Photos and videos posted to social media showed the fire located backstage near Remy's Ratatouille Adventure ride. Disney officials told Fox 35 News that the fire itself was extinguished fast and was sparked by a random French person who tried to get a cigarette from one of the cast members in backstage. Because cast members, I don't know, whatever. The fire happened backstage. They don't really know. I'm sorry. They do know. A walk-in cooler The Disney official told Fox 35 on Saturday that a walk-in cooler backstage caught fire. The good news, no one was hurt in the fire.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Damn, a walk-in cooler.
Yeah, that's like a
couldn't handle the spicy French food.
big fire.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
That's it.
Mr.
Nothing
P's
burned
lighting
down,
up the
nothing
chat
happened.
with his emojis here.
But it was like
Oh,
it
shoot.
was a very big black plume. It looked bad. Didn't look like it was like even indoors, honestly.
I know, right?
So, well, good. I'm glad that Epcot still exists.
Yeah. I mean, the French Pavilion could go. That's fine. Put the Greek
No, they
Pavilion in there
have
now.
Champagne.
Yeah,
I
but
can't
put the
go.
Greek Pavilion in there. Who cares, dude? You get sparkling wine somewhere else. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. We need the Greek Pavilion. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I do appreciate the support of the show. If you want to support the show, if you don't currently yet, you can go to patreon.com/EarzUp, or you can go to the website. We have everything there. It's EarzUp-podcast.com. We have links to our Etsy page to buy some cool t-shirts and stuff like that. And you can find all the lowdown on the Patreon, page and stuff like that. Eric, thank you very much once more for diving into Toothsome, a Marvel Universe MCU crossover event.
That's me.
That's you. Perfect. All right, everybody, we are getting out of here. For you Patreon supporters, we are going to be hitting up a secret show here in a couple of days. Date unknown. But don't worry, we will put in Patreon for you as well. So be sure to check the Discord for any show announcements. If you want to join us live, you're always welcome to. If anybody else wants to watch these shows live, you go to twitch.tv/EarzUp, and you can follow our little channel, and you'll get an email notification whenever we go live. So you can go ahead and jump in the chat room with all the people there, like Mr. P spamming emojis over and over and over again, which is what you do. That's basically what it is.
That's his deal. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's his deal.
That's what he does.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for tuning in. And until next time, we'll see you in the parks.
He's still doing it.